Nigeria endorses the proposed institutional reforms in the African Union with a focus on peace and security. Governance at 39th AU Summit in Addis Ababa, 26th May proposed inauguration day of the Aba-Port Harcourt Express Road by President Bola Tinubu. And 8 matches to light up a busy Sunday in the Nigeria Premier Football League as clubs intensify battle for supremacy at the top of the table. Details and more on Panorama with me. Nigeria has endorsed the proposed institutional reforms in the African Union with focus on peace and security, governance, strengthening democratic institutions, and ensuring stronger cooperation with international financial institutions and the private sector. Vice President Kashim Shettima made the nation's position known at the closed session of the 39th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of Heads of State and Government held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. He said the country also aligned with a proposed restructuring aimed at boosting domestic and regional resource mobilization for affordable development financing. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that the Vice President Shettima's submissions followed the presentation of the report on the thematic agenda items of the African Union, comprising peace and security, integration and sustainable development, and Africa's voice, among other areas. On democracy, Vice President Kashim Shettima announced Nigeria's support for reforms proposed for strengthening democratic institutions in Africa, announcing Nigeria's endorsement of the AU's decision to lift the suspension of the participation of Gabon and Guinea in the Union's activities. Governor Hyacinth Alia of Benue State has commended the security operatives in the state for their quick response, leading to the rescue of 9 children who were kidnapped from St. John Catholic Church in Ojije, Utonikom community in Ado local government area, of the state during a midnight prayer session. I beg your pardon. We'll continue with the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has named 26th May as the inauguration day of the Aba-Port Harcourt Express Road by President Bola Tinubu. The road, which is approximately 6.5 kilometers long, is part of the larger 56-kilometer Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway project. Kanaya Okoro reports.
Minister, while inspecting the ongoing construction, commended the contractors' work in the remaining portion of the dual carriageway, noting that when completed, the project will ease traffic congestion and boost the economy of the southeast.
They have 4.7 billion they can immediately earn between now and the end of the month. So why I give this analysis to assure Arab contractor and of course the public that this job will not stop.
This project is one of the projects Mr. President inherited, but he has not abandoned it. It shows that he has included Southeast in the scheme of things.
The Enugu bound carriageway, which is on the left-hand side, has been completed. But the right-hand side, which is the Port Harcourt bound, the main lane has been completed up to where we are now.
Project manager Mahmoud Ismail reiterated his team's commitment to completing the project as scheduled and appealed for quick payment of the outstanding 8.3 billion naira owed to the company. In Aba, Kana Yokoro, NTA News.
The federal government intervention to restore connectivity and enhance economic growth has positively impacted motorists plying Cham Numan section of Gombe Yola in Adamawa State, as the road is now smooth for easy movement. Usman Zubairu, who is part of the Federal Ministry of Works team to monitor progress of work in the northeast, has more.
The Cham Numan road, which is an intrastate road, had for long remained in a deplorable condition with various types of defects. Traversing many agriculturally predominant towns and villages in Gombe and Adamawa, motorists will now enjoy a smooth trip on the strategic route. We are grateful to the federal government for this road. We can say to the federal government we remain much grateful. The contractor has achieved appreciable level and promised to deliver the 43-kilometer road by May 2026.
We are eager to even complete and deliver the job in time.
Our Honorable Minister and the President, they are much interested in this road. I believe as soon as the phase 1 is completed, phase 2 will take off immediately.
Similarly, construction 1 on Jebbi, Lamba phase 1 is progressing. The 22-kilometer route link Gari and Fufore local government in Adamawa State, as well as the route to Cameroon border, are expected to be delivered before end of this year. Officials of the national media team explained that the tour is designed to get reaction of Nigerians on federal government road intervention across the length and breadth of the country. Part of the engagement in Adamawa State were inauguration of some emergency special intervention road project in Yola. Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
As residents of the federal capital move closer to the area council elections, the senior special assistant to the president on students' engagement, Sunday Asefon, has called on students in the Federal Capital Territory to support candidates of the All Progressive Congress in the February 21 area council election. Asefon stated this while inaugurating a 7-member FCT Students Campaign Council set up to mobilize students across the 6 area councils of the territory. He said the initiative was born out of the recognition of the strategic role students play in shaping political outcomes and leadership decisions in the country and support for the President administration's educational and infrastructural reforms.
Strategic initiative become expedient in appreciating of the remarkable education policy of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, particularly in the Education Loan Fund, Net Fund, an uninterrupted academic calendar and expansion of opportunity through investment in vocational training.
Huge investment in the educational sector. These are enough things for us to preach or to evangelize the good work of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu about. So the teaching students, in an unprecedented manner also, are ready to show their appreciation, to participate and to decide who their leaders is, and to vote the party of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The leader of the committee, also a former president of the National Association of Polytechnic Students, Olugbenga Adeyeye, expressed optimism that with unity among students and stakeholders, the APC would secure victory in all 6 area councils. Members of the committee were selected based on capacity, integrity, mobilization, strength, and commitment to the renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu administration. Ebonyi State government has officially launched the measles rubella vaccination campaign. The initiative aims to immunize children who have either missed or received incomplete vaccinations, shielding them from life-threatening illnesses such as measles, rubella, polio, and hepatitis. Caleb Ogbonna reports that beyond combating these viral infections, the campaign is designed to enhance the overall health and life expectancy of citizens.
Measles, rubella, and other preventable illnesses like polio and hepatitis are often neglected diseases that lead to severe complications, including death among vulnerable children. To address this threat, the Ebonyi State government has launched a 10-day measles rubella vaccination campaign targeting children aged 9 months to 14 years.
This campaign aligns with our collective vision of building a healthier, stronger, and more productive Ebonyi State. Do not allow misinformation, rumors, or fear to prevent you from protecting your child.
It just shows that the last campaign we had has actually been effective. Of course, we know that measles 2 coverage in the states is less than 80%. So this campaign will help us to boost that measles 2, and then introducing rubella will also cover children and pregnant women for measles subsequently.
By ensuring widespread vaccination coverage, the Ebonyi State government seeks to reduce preventable deaths and build a healthier future for its young population. In Abakaliki, Caleb Obunna, NTA News.
Panorama continues with Port Harcourt. I'm Ibrahim Ahmidu.
President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to peace, food security, empowerment and infrastructural development across the country. President Tinubu made the commitment at the grand finale of the 61st edition of Argugu International Fishing and Cultural Festival. State House correspondent Musbao Dan Wahab reports.
And leading him to this arena, Argugu International Fishing and Cultural Festival, since the last edition in 2020, got bigger this year. The festival, recognized for its uniqueness by UNESCO in 2016, recorded another feat with the presence of a #1 citizen. President Tinubu was a special guest of honor to witness the 83-year-old festival. Governors from far and near also joined in. Over 50,000 fishers from various states of the Federation dived into the historic Matamfada section of the Rima River. They hoped for the biggest catch and perhaps a presidential recognition. Abubakar Usman from Kebbi State emerged winner with his 59 kg catch.
A festival that is not only cultural attribute of Kebbi State, but also a symbol of unity, heritage, resilience and economic opportunity of our dear people.
Very good show. Remarkable history.
President Bola Tinubu was delighted by the festival held this year, attesting to the gradual return of peace in some troubled areas.
The relative peace we are witnessing today in this region is not accidental. It is the result of sustained investment in security, intelligence gathering, and community engagement. I assure you that the fight against insecurity of any kind of banditry and insurgents will be won.
And in collaboration with sub-national governments, the President promises that his administration will continue to strive at improving the living standard of Nigerians.
We are deliberately investing in programs that empower youth, women, and rural communities. And I reaffirm my commitment to peace, empowerment, food security, and infrastructural development of the Federation.
President Tinubu also inaugurated some projects executed by Governor Nasir Idris of Kebbi State. The President is back in Abuja. Musbao, then Wahab, NTA News.
We'll now pause for a break. Panorama continues shortly. The world-level enrollment of the National Identification Number (NIN) commences tomorrow nationwide. The NIN registration will enhance the database of Nigeria's policy formulation and implementation. Uchechukwu Onwe reports.
In the weeks ahead, front-end partners and staff of the National Identity Management Commission will visit the 319 wards of Rivers State Commission for on-the-spot enrollment. This is a response to the presidential directive to take NIN registration to the grassroots. State Coordinator of NIMC, Mr. Amaga Akawo, explains that the exercise is to decentralize services, improve accessibility, and reduce the burden of traveling for citizens seeking registration. The exercise will last for 6 weeks.
Most of rural communities may not have access to be able to come to township areas where we have our offices. And so it became necessary that we move to the hinterland and capture them.
Mr. Amaga says logistics and other mechanisms have been put in place to ensure a smooth exercise, but call on communities to assist to enable the institution meet up targets.
What I think might be a challenge could be power and connectivity, because at the hinterland, you understand that there are some places network might not be available there. But the beauty about it is we have different network providers that you can always switch from one to the other to be able to overcome that.
Having a comprehensive database through the enrollment of all Nigerians and legal residents, including children, into the National Identity Database remains imperative for policy planning and development. In Port Harcourt, Uchechukwu Onwe, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Uche. And now we'll go to our discussion. And to tell us more about the enrollment for tomorrow is the Rivers State Coordinator, National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, Mr. Amaga David Akawo. It is my pleasure to have you here on the studio, Mr. Akawo.
Pleasure too.
Now, the commencement of NIN commence tomorrow. Can you tell us the objective of this enrollment? What are the advantages of this enrollment in wards, states, and of course units?
The purpose of this exercise is to see how Nigerians at the ward level and at the hinterland are being captured into the National Identity Database in line with Mr. President's directive that all eligible Nigerians and legal residents are captured into the identity database. This will enhance economic developments. This will enhance social services assessment. This will enhance different data services availability for the masses to be able to improve their living standards. Of course, you understand that the NIN is a foundational ID that once you have it, opens up avenue for you to access the various government intervention programs. You take, for instance, a typical farmer in the rural area would need the NIN before he or she will be able to access the agric loan. And so having this NIN brought to them at their doorstep will be able to take care of that aspect. You may have in this other direction that a user of a phone number loses his phone number. Before that user will be able to get another number will be required to provide the NIN. And you see, most of our people at the local level may not find it necessary, but with this, they will be able to have access to the NIN and solve their problems at that level.
Okay, so now let us look at the sensitization aspect. What strategies are you using to increase public participation? Are people aware of this exercise tomorrow?
Yes, we have been able to engage stakeholders, able to talk with National Orientation Agency, both at the state and at the level, local government level, who in turn were able to mobilize their staff who have been able to do adequate sensitization of citizens at that level. Of course, we were able to engage the local government chairmen to equally participate in the dissemination of information so that their people will be able to come out and be registered. At the community level too, we're able to talk with the community development chairman, faith-based organizations, youth leaders, to be able to educate their people so that when these enrollers get to their various wards, you'll be able to participate in the exercise.
Okay, before I let you go, Mr. Akawo, I want to ask this important question. How will you ensure data accuracy and avoid duplication? Like, for example, if I enroll here, is it possible that I can go to Akwa Ibom and do the same?
It's not possible, given that the identity database has the ABIS mechanism that has the capacity to duplicate any attempt to enroll the second time.
Okay. So there will be no duplication?
No duplication of any sort. Thank
you so much. Well, that was Mr. Amaga David Akawo. He is the Rivers State Coordinator on National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, and of course the NIN enrollment commences tomorrow. It's nice having you on the program. Thank you so much, Akawo.
You're welcome.
Cancer in children is increasingly common and comes with a devastating effect on the patient and families involved. The annual observance of International Childhood Cancer Day on February 15th draws renewed attention to the critical need for improved pediatric cancer care worldwide. Some medical experts share insight on early warning signs of childhood cancer and other key information every parent should know. Chide Beronya tells us more.
Childhood cancer remains a leading cause of death among children worldwide. While treatment options have advanced, countless children, especially in low-income countries, still lack access to life-saving medicines and specialized care. The observance of International Childhood Cancer Day on February 15 serves as a vital platform to champion the rights of affected children and raise awareness about their medical and emotional needs. Pediatric specialists caution that cancer often presents with subtle signs that can be easily overlooked.
Rama, we're linking up with Sokoto now for a live telecast.